So the governor is about my late great-grandfather, Jesus Bautista, who was the governor of Laguna during World War II. So the story is what he needed to do to keep Laguna safe, because Laguna was one of the safest provinces in the Philippines during World War II because of Jesus. And it's, it's a story of a man who didn't want to fight. He was elected into governor and then all of a sudden a war happens. You know what I'm saying? This is the story of a man who just wanted to keep his province safe, who wanted to keep his family alive. And he did it without fighting. I mean, of course, the guerrillas were fighting, but he wasn't a fighter per se. He was smart, sneaky. But it's that whole story of, I just want everyone alive. That's the story of the governor. It's keeping his people alive. Aside from most people, nobody knows that World War II happened in the Philippines. Not a lot of people here know about World War II in Asia. That's the one thing that people have said. It's like, we didn't know that this happened. Well, it's time that you should know that this happened. And aside from that one, there's so many reasons that I can say why I want this to happen. Number two is because I want minorities, Filipinos specifically, to see themselves on the screen. Because there's so many issues that have been brought up by the governor. One of them is colorism, which isn't addressed by anyone or any film. And I want that colorism affects Filipinos, it affects Indians, South Americans, even the Black culture. Colorism is alive, whether or not we want to admit it. So I want minorities to see themselves here, and I want them to see that, hey, brown is beautiful. I want people to look at this film and see how their cultures have been affected by colonialism, and I want them to say that we can rise. So I say that I want to see the Philippines in their glory. I want to see everyone in their glory. I want them to look at this film, Filipinos specifically. I want the Filipino people to see this film and be like, our country's beautiful. We've been wounded, but it shouldn't stop us. Because that's the governor, that's Jesus. He saw how beautiful his people is. He saw how beautiful the land was. That view on how beautiful our country is, that's been taken away from us, and I want to give it back. There's Filipino Americans, Filipino Australians, Filipinos all over the world. No, my motherland should be taken care of. And that's what I want people to see. Hope. That's the one thing that I think people should see in the film. Hope. When it comes to what they should learn in the film, or what I'm trying to show people, is change is needed. But I'm not trying to push that. I'm trying to show the difference, the discrimination between the rich and the poor, between races. Because this is, like I always say, the Philippines is a country of brown people hating on brown people. And the difference between the rich and the poor is so big. And the poor people in the Philippines, they get stepped on. They're like the untouchables. So I want to show that. I don't want to be in their face with this. But I think the main lesson to be learned is that if we just want to do good, we can do good. Writing about this big time difference, 2022 and 1941 to 1945, I think people have forgotten where they come from. So I want to show it. I want to be like, this is what we went through.